There is one task you need to do. You've known about it for days. It is important. It is not that hard. And right now, you are cleaning a drawer you have not opened since March. You are not relaxing. You are busy. You have answered emails, refilled your water, and researched a country you will never visit. You have done everything except the one thing. So here is the strange question. Why is it so easy to do 10 boring things and almost impossible to do the one thing that actually matters? The first thing to understand is that this is not laziness. Lazy people do nothing. You are doing a lot. You are just doing it in a very specific direction, away. Real procrastination is not a gap in your schedule. It is not a missing app or a broken calendar. It is a feeling, and the feeling is quietly running the whole show. Because that one task is never just a task. It is wrapped in something heavier. What if I do it wrong? What if I try my best and my best is not good enough? What if starting makes it real? So your brain does the math it always does when something feels threatening. It looks for the fastest way to feel okay again, and avoiding the task feels okay instantly. This is the part nobody tells you. Procrastination is not a time management problem. It is an emotion management problem, wearing a very convincing productivity costume. The second reason is that the task is usually a fog, not a step. Finish the project, fix your life, do the thing. Your brain hears that and sees a giant gray cloud with no door.
And brains hate fog. A clear small step feels safe. A vague enormous one feels like a trap. So the moment the task is blurry, some quiet part of you decides, not yet.
The third reason is sneakier. As long as you have not started, you can still believe it will be brilliant. The unwritten essay is a masterpiece. The unmade call goes perfectly.
Starting is dangerous because starting turns the perfect imaginary version into a messy, real first draft. And the first draft is always a little disappointing, so you protect the fantasy by never touching it.
This is why the most talented people sometimes stall the hardest. It is not that they do not care. It is that they care so much, the gap between the dream and the draft feels unbearable.
And here is the trick your brain plays to survive all of this. It offers you fake progress. Suddenly cleaning feels urgent. Replying to that email feels critical. Your entire kitchen must be reorganized tonight. Fake progress is genius because it gives you the feeling of doing something without the fear of doing the thing. It is motion that costs you nothing except the exact time you needed.
And then, eventually, one thing gets big enough to beat the fear: the deadline. Panic arrives, the stakes flip, and suddenly the scary task is less scary than the consequences of not doing it. So you do it, fast, stressed, at 2 in the morning, and it turns out fine, which teaches your brain a terrible lesson. Apparently, we only work when we are panicking. See you next time. The loop hides a quieter cost though. Every time you avoid the task, a small voice adds shame. And shame does not make you start. It makes the task feel even heavier, so you avoid it even more. So if shame is not the exit, what is? You make the feeling smaller than the fear on purpose, before the deadline forces it, and you do that by shrinking the task until it is almost embarrassingly easy. Not write the report, open the document, not get fit, put on one shoe. The goal of the first step is not progress. It is to prove to your nervous system that the task is survivable.
And you separate starting from finishing. You are not allowed to do it well yet. You are only allowed to begin badly. A bad first sentence beats a perfect plan you never wrote.
So the next time you catch yourself scrubbing a clean counter to avoid one small email, pause. Name it. This is not the task. This is the feeling. Then do the 2-minute version. Not perfectly, just started. That is how the one task finally gets done.